It's that time of year for us to move into another season and prepare our home for the changing temperature and mood. So come along with me and let's chat over a hot cuppa. Welcome to the Daring Home Decor podcast. Are you sick of playing it safe with your interior design? Do you want to get confident with colour and pattern and learn DIY hacks so you can actually finish your home projects? Do you dream of being adventurous with room makeovers but lack the confidence to start, not to mention being clueless of how to get your husband on board? Don't worry girl, I got your back. I'm your host, Cara Baker, serial decorator and content creator. I tried to design our home with personality and style, but everything felt disconnected and lackluster. Then I cracked the code to successfully decorate with bold interior design. In this podcast, you'll learn how to get brave with your DIY and decor choices, steps for daring room makeovers, plus unique and quirky home styling, so you can create a fun and functional home with pizzazz and glam. So grab your paintbrush, put on those overalls and let's get decorating. When it comes to getting daring with your decor, the fear around what people might think and what if you mess up is real. And I want you to know that you're not alone in feeling that way. Every amazing interior or interior designer started with a blank space. Every person who decided to push the boundaries with their decor felt in over their head and outside of their comfort zone, including me. If this is resonating with you and you're thinking, I'm done with fear, I'm done with playing it safe, I'm going to take the leap and get started with creating the home I dream about. If this is you, I want you to say yes, today is the day. I want you to go to daringhomedecor.co.uk and book a coaching call with me, and we're going to come up with a bold decor strategy for your home together. I'm going to hold your hand and we're going to overcome this fear so that you can finally make a start. Let's go. And I'll also put a link to that in the show notes. Today's episode is about how to prepare your full decor, and I'm going to give you 4 ways to make your home autumn cozy. And you may have noticed that the episodes of this podcast are getting into the 50s. And this means that we're very nearly reaching the first anniversary of the Daring Home Decor podcast. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh, it's gone so quickly. They say that time flies when you're having fun, don't they? So make sure you tune into every episode, because in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be celebrating 1 year of the podcast with you, and there'll be all sorts of fun and a giveaway that you can be in with a chance of winning. Okay, let's talk autumn or fall. I'll use those words interchangeably during the episode because I know I have listeners from the UK and also from the US as well, and other parts of the world where I'm not really sure how they refer to this season, but I'm sure it's one or the other. Now, I have spent so many years in the past dreading this time of year, because the reason why is because I absolutely love and adore summer. When the sun is shining, it makes me feel so happy and alive. And I have spent a lot of time in the past dreading the autumn and the winter coming, because I always feel like the winter seems to drag on forever and ever and ever. And then when the spring and summer comes, I blink and it's over with. But over the past couple of years, I've said to myself, Cara, there's nothing you can do to change this. It's going to happen every year, so you might as well embrace it. So what I do now is I think about all the things that I do love about this time of year. To be honest, it's just that it's the weather, it's the temperature. I just like to be warm all the time. So yeah, I've decided to try and embrace the good things about, because of course there are lovely things about this time of year. We have Halloween. We always have a Halloween party at our house, and we've got a man cave, the Baker's Arms, our pub down the bottom of the garden, and we always have a Halloween party where we make everybody dress up, and we have food and fireworks and drinks in the Baker's Arms and music, and we dance. So yeah, that is definitely one of the things that I look forward to at this time of year. We also celebrate Bonfire Night in the UK on the 5th of November, and this is when Guy Fawkes tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament with gunpowder, but his plot failed. So I think the celebration is of the failure of it. So what we actually do is we have bonfires and we put a Guy Fawkes on the top. Obviously not a real person. Why did I say that? Of course it's not a real person. We make like a scarecrow type thing that we call Guy Fawkes, and we put him on the top of the bonfire. And we also, this, you know, the more I speak about this, the more ridiculous it sounds. Oh dear. And my favourite part of it anyway is we have lots of fireworks. I love to watch all the fireworks in the sky. So when we have our Halloween party, we kind of have like Halloween / bonfire night because we have fireworks too. Of course, this time of year also brings along the leaves changing to beautiful burnt orange, red colours. So that's also something that I'm trying to embrace and look forward to, how the landscape changes and how pretty and beautiful it is. And it's also a really mystical time of year too. So, and I can get my big quilt coat on, which is probably one of the best things I've ever bought in my life. And of course, autumn gives us a great excuse to cosy up at home. And I'm going to be giving you a few simple ways that you can make your home super cosy this autumn. The first way is candles. Candles give an immediate sense of warmth and coziness to your home. And at this time of year, it's fun to get a candle that's scented with an autumnal kind of smell. For example, a pumpkin spice smelling, I was going to say flavour then. Do not eat your candles. Yeah, a pumpkin spice scented candle. And I always go for candles that are natural. So they're made out of natural wax with cotton wicks and hopefully essential oils in there too. And if you want to find out a little bit more about some candle tips, you can go to episode 5 of the podcast. What I also love, especially for this time of year, is wood wick candles. I don't know if you've ever had one, but it's basically where the wick in the candle is made of a flat piece of wood, and when you light it, it crackles. Now, come on, who doesn't need that in autumn and fall? We all need one of those. So I really love them, especially this time of year. And a great way of finding out what range of candles you love is to join a subscription if you're in the UK called Iggy Box, and you get sent out a different candle every month. And I've done this in the past. I actually paused my subscription because I've got quite a few that I've got left to burn, but you get a different one every month, and you get ones in some months you think, oh, I absolutely love this one. So you know the brand and you can order from them in the future. And if you're not in the UK, I'm sure there's something similar wherever you are. But I think that's a really good way of doing it. And it takes all the work out of, trying to go out there and source and find them as well. They're all sourced for you and sent to you every month without you having to lift a finger. So I will definitely be lighting a candle tonight, and I bet you will now too after listening to this episode. The second way you can cozy up your home for fall is with blankets, throws and bedding. So if you've got any light blankets around the home, any summer blankets, switch them up for something a bit more thicker and cozier. You can use them to layer your space. They'll add texture and warmth, and they're very tactile too. You can either use them to layer, or you can create some storage somewhere where you can keep all your blankets. I've got some of my blankets in a basket in the hallway, and I've also got some that I fold up and layer over the sofa in the living room too. I like to choose soft touch materials, so things like faux fur blankets. I don't know about you, but I really hate a blanket that's woolly or rough. I absolutely have to have a soft touch blanket. So I would definitely go for that. It just makes it more cozy and comfortable. And to go with the fall vibe, it's nice to choose colours that have like an autumnal feel to them. Things like burnt orange or russet or deep green. And it's great to have a blanket on hand for when you want to snuggle up and read a book or watch TV. So make sure you always have a blanket or two on hand to grab when you're feeling a bit chilly. And of course, they double up to layer in your home to create a cozy sanctuary. And of course, you can use blankets and throws on your bed too. And if you've got a throw on the bottom of the bed like I have, you can change the colour every season. So if you've got something bright there that you had during the summer, you can switch it up for more of an autumnal earthy tone. You can also do the same with your bedding, change it up for more of a fall vibe. And I've seen people on Instagram who change their bedding every season, and plenty of pumpkin and ghost duvet covers going on there, which is really fun and definitely puts you in the autumn mood. Moving on to number 3, and that's lighting. There's nothing less warming and inviting than a main stark light being the only option when lighting your home. So to get in the cozy mood, I would choose a dimmer for your main light. If you haven't got a dimmer already, then I would basically just turn the main light off or never use it, or maybe consider getting a dimmer in your future decor plans. But I would mainly advise turning off the big light and getting some lamps in your life. Lamps create nooks of soft, warm light. They can be inexpensive and add a touch of style to your interior. There's just so many styles, sizes, colours, etc. available to suit all budgets. There's no excuse not to have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Actually, the interior designer Abigail Ahern advises having no less than 8 lamps in a room. I'm trying to think how many I've got in my living room. I might be close actually. It sounds a lot, but when you can create those little nooks and pockets of warmth, it just adds such an amazing cozy vibe, and it also brings attention to different areas of the room too. And just a little bonus, it's not lighting, but it does add light. Log burners are perfect for this time of year. They add warmth and a lovely cozy glow to your home. The 4th way to get autumn cozy in your home is with cups and mugs. At this time of year, we all want a hot cuppa to warm our cockles. So make sure you have some fabulous cups and mugs to enjoy your favourite hot drinking. I've got a pumpkin one which has come out for this season, and I will be using that for my cup of tea in the mornings. So I think also when you want to get cosy for autumn, you need a big mug. It's got to be big and it's got to be pretty too. Okay, I'll go over the main points again for you. And the first way that you can make your home autumn cozy is with candles. Wood wick and pumpkin spice ones are perfect for this time of year. The second way is with blankets, throws and bedding. Change up your summer blankets and summer bedding for something a bit more thicker, cozier and with more autumnal shades. The third way is lighting. Make sure you've got plenty of cozy lamps in your home so you can create some lovely warm nooks. And the 4th way is with cups and mugs, preferably something large and pumpkin-like and pretty. So it's homework time, and I want you to go and make one change or addition in your home in preparation for the autumn, and come and share what you're going to do or what you've done in the Daring Home Decor Facebook group, and you will be giving other people ideas too. I would love it if you'd come over there and continue the conversation with me, because as I've said before, me on the podcast, it's a one-way conversation. I'd love to have a two-way one with you in my free community. And if you ask to join, I will accept within a couple of days. And the link to that is facebook.com. I had to think about it then. facebook.com/groups/Daring Home Decor, and as always there's also a link in the show notes. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please take 30 seconds and leave me a written review so I know what you think of the show. Well, I think that's about it for this episode, so thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next Tuesday, where I can't wait to get creative with you in the next episode of the Daring Home Decor podcast. One last thing before you grab that paintbrush. If you've been inspired by the show today, I'd be triple grateful if you'd follow me and leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. This will let me know if I've helped you in any way. And if you fancy a look around my home or to join the Daring Decor community, you'll find all my resources in the show notes. I'll see you next week and happy decorating.